The Promoter and the Pro.
Promoter and the Pro.
Yeah.
Episode 4. How are you, Sam?
I'm okay.
You all right?
I could complain about heaps of shit, but what's the point? Like, who really cares? Only me. I only care about my pain.
I'm so sore that it hurts to exist.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Like, when does it end? It doesn't. It's perpetual.
Anyway, new programs are always fun in the first week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've actually started following a program for my leg training. And it's been nice because, like, normally I just wing it because I've never really followed a program. Yeah.
Oh, so an actual set
An actual
just
set.
for legs?
Just for legs.
Why not everything else?
Because I got to where I'm at, being a pro, dual pro, not following a program.
Yeah, but imagine if you actually followed a program then.
I might not be as good. Because
Yeah, but you could be better.
I could, but
You're not going to go backwards.
Well, who's to say?
No.
There's not. You just don't know. I just like training. Like, it's fun.
Follow a program. I dare you.
Well, I am for legs. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We might get there.
I think it's good to walk into the gym and know exactly what you're going to do.
No. Because what if, like, you walk into a normal gym and the machine's busy?
Yep.
And you can't use what you wanted to in the routine that you're doing? That would shit me. Or
Yeah, but like I've got a sequence of exercises, but if I can't do one because someone's using the machine, I'll just then do one of the other exercises and then come back to that.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me if I go out of sequence, as long as I then get back to that.
that would annoy me because I'd be like, well, then I've used some of my glycogen strength for this. Is it going to be the same for this? And then if the number isn't the same, then I'm going to feel like I've failed.
Oh, okay.
That's why I just walk in. I'm like, I'm going to train this today and I'm going to do this and this and this.
Yeah, see, I tell everyone,
Follow a program?
yeah, don't do that.
No. I follow, like, my food program.
And yeah, look, who's me to say anything because you've made good progress.
Well,
But you might make even better progress.
potentially.
Yeah.
Again, it's like,
Well, you see it on legs anyway, so then...
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
The Nationals was not that long ago.
We were at I was at the Nationals. That was 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Yep. Two weeks ago. Yes. And it was good to be at the Nationals, and it was one of the best standards I've seen for a long time.
Yeah.
And congratulations we had 2 new South Australian pros. So Jess Anderson and Steph Geyer. Jess won the fitness pro card and Steph won the sports model pro card.
And they both won the state overalls for those
they won both
respective
state
divisions too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They both looked amazing.
They both looked amazing, and well done to those 2 girls and to everyone who went, because it's a massive achievement to get to the Nationals.
Yeah.
Not just because you qualified, you finished top 5 in the state, but most of the people who went were winners.
Yep.
But then just to keep going on your prep, it's always hard, especially if the Nationals are 2, 3, and these were 4 weeks.
4 weeks,
after. So to keep prepping, it would be very hard mentally, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the high of the state show, and then now we got to keep going again.
Yeah, I love going to the Nationals. It's always such a good experience to meet new people and be up against different bodies as well. Because Adelaide's small, you normally see the same people. But yeah, it's an experience like no other.
But at the Nationals, you're going to be against all the best of every state.
Yes.
So, and look, there was some of our competitors were disappointed because they didn't do as well as they expected. But I think you need to take out of that where you were. You were at the Nationals. This was the best of the best in the country.
Yeah.
So all the winners from all the other states were there, So it's never going to be easy.
No.
And to place, to even place, let alone win, is a massive achievement. But so is just to get there and to get on stage.
Yeah.
So well done to everyone.
Yes.
What are we going to talk about in regards to the pro and the coach? I was thinking about, because I saw this at the Nationals, and just about what you look at as your job on the day of the contest.
Yeah.
So you've been prepping all your clients all up to 20 weeks, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
And then the day of the show is here. What do you do on the day of the show? Because I asked this question because I saw coaches doing all sorts of things at the Nationals.
All this magic.
Yeah, not just that. I saw them running around, following their clients. I saw them chilled out, sitting in the audience.
A broad spectrum of things, right?
Yeah, doing all sorts of stuff, to carrying food and, preparing food, to everything. So, and that sort of led me to think, like, well, what do you do?
Well, I guess
what you're going to say, it's not really, that's not what everyone should be doing, but just what you do.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone has a different version of what they would do, right?
Yep.
But for me, I see my clients fortnightly leading up to the comp. At 10 weeks out, I see them weekly, and we constantly go through a checklist of this is what you're going to need for the day. This is what to expect. This is what I'm going to need you to eat. If you need to eat anything different, this is what you should be like when you should start pumping up, start getting some things ready. I kind of float around because I normally have a large team at any show that we kind of go to. So I'll be I preferably want to be in the audience watching my client on stage, cheering for them.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them go through that whole process, and it's really cool to see that little change. But I want to be there so I can give them live feedback and be like, all right, when you're on stage, you did this, you need to improve on this, just their presentation side of things. Because backstage, they should have a backstage helper, which fortunately with the ICN, you do get a backstage helper. And that's their person that's there for them to go hey, how you going? Do you want to have a drink?
That's right.
Just to calm some nerves.
Yeah.
But then I float from backwards and forwards to give them that information, just see if they need to change anything. But we normally set everything that they need to do for the comp day leading into the comp. They shouldn't need me to hold their hand and stay with them the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. No. You should know what you're doing. I mean,
right.
and the testament, ICN, you guys do a great job in providing this is the running sheet. This is roughly the times they're going to be.
Yep.
And when they sign up and actually become a member of the portal, they get all the information, the things you need to have backstage to get the tan off or get your tan on. So it's not really complicated. People put too much pressure on it and they end up ruining their experience of the day by putting all this pressure on the day and how things are meant to run. And nothing ever runs the way that it's super planned.
That's right. So, I mean, you're never... Very rarely are you going to be on stage exactly at 2:25.
Nah.
It's going to be a few minutes either way. If it's running close to time, it's going to be just a few minutes either way. But it can be up to half an hour.
It could be.
Yeah.
And then people do all this weird shit I need to have sodium at a particular time or my carbs at a certain time. It's not going to make any difference.
Yeah.
If you're lean and shredded, you're always going to be lean and shredded. Even if you were to binge eat that morning, you're probably just going to be bloated, but you're still going to look shredded. I preferably on comp day for myself, I like to have an empty stomach.
Yeah, so I was the same when I was competing.
If I'm competing at roughly 2 p.m, I'd eat at maybe 11, and that'd be it.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that. Just have the 2 meals beforehand and a couple of lollies here and there.
That's right. Yeah,
nothing's going to change.
Yeah. So you're not a big believer in the concept of we'll do sodium loading 1 hour before your stage times and things like that.
If you're lean, you're lean. You don't need to do any there's no magic voodoo. Same with leading into peak week. Peak week is just the week before comp. There's nothing special that you need to do the week before.
No.
Your body looks a particular way. If you didn't have abs in that last week, you're not going to miraculously have them on comp day by doing some weird water fast and load deplete and carb deplete load.
Yeah. I also agree with that. I think the whole concept of depletion and loading, carbohydrate loading, I think especially for naturals, I think is very overrated.
Totally.
It
might change 0.1%.
Yeah, or then, and I've seen it happen that you can go backwards 10%.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're trying to do is you're trying to increase your condition by maybe 1 or 2%, but risk going back 5 to 10. I think. And I've seen it happen. And it happened to me. It happened to me in one of my shows.
Yeah.
And it was my coach at the time was saying, we're going to do this. And it's I knew how my body was going to respond. And I was thinking, and I even told him I think that's way too much carbohydrates, way too much potatoes. That's not going to sit well with me, And it did. I actually just felt terrible. I felt bloated the whole time leading up to the show. And I think, I went backwards that 5%, not forward. And since then, I've always had this philosophy that if you look great 1 week out, you don't change nothing.
Exactly.
So that you look great on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, people put too much complication in that last week thinking that something's going to happen.
All that work has been done for the 15 to 20 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. you can't expect to make massive amounts of changes in 5 days.
No.
Then, yeah.
No. You'd have to do a shitload of cardio. That's probably the only thing that you could do to make a change. Burn more calories, be in a greater deficit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is horrible, especially when you're that depleted.
That's right.
Trying to create an even greater deficit. Not fun.
No. Well, yeah, good answer. It was interesting because, like I said, I saw coaches doing all sorts of things, from being chilled and laid back to being where I thought one coach looked more stressed than the competitors they were prepping.
Well, I know, like, you always want the best outcome for your client. Like, I want my clients to, obviously, I want them to win.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, as long as they're having a good time, because, like, the whole lead up to comp is where all the magic really happens. Like, doing your cardio, following your nutrition plan, doing your weight training, the whole grind of comp for your 20 plus weeks, whatever you're doing, that's where all the actual magic is.
That's right.
Comp day goes for like 10 minutes when you're on stage, if that.
Yep.
And then some people put too much pressure on that one day, and if they end up not getting the result that they're after because they put too much pressure on the experience of comp day, then they end up not ever competing again, or they blame their coach and like, oh, my coach's fault, he wasn't there to help me, or something or other.
Yeah.
Like, it's again, it's still just it's a bodybuilding comp. It's meant to be for fun.
Yep.
That's it. Too much pressure.
That's right.
Like, I've had heaps of people dump me leading into a comp or after comp because they didn't enjoy their experience. And I'm like, well, you put too much pressure on yourself. You need to look at it differently. Grow up a little bit. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No, exactly right.
I don't want to hype up my clients too much leading into a comp. Go, you're going to win. You're going to be the best. No one's going to beat you. You're untouchable. Oh my God. Because then you just don't know what's going to happen on the day. There's 7 judges that are going to be, you're putting how you feel about comp in the hands of those 7 judges, and you just can't control that.
That's right. And you can't control who's comes from other states or wherever. Like, we had 2 competitors at the Nationals from Maddie from Victoria and Kira from Queensland in the fitness model, who were just world class, Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it when someone like that is on stage with you.
Yeah, someone could be training for 20, 30 years longer than what you have, then this is the year they've decided to compete.
Yep.
Well, then, what can you do about that?
No, there's nothing.
I'm not happy because I didn't win. Well, come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I will quickly add that we have booked our ICN Get Stage Ready seminar.
Ooh,
so that's already coming up because I think we're only 17 weeks out or something.
Yes, 17.28 as of today.
So 17 weeks this Sunday. So on July the 7th, we will be having our Get Stage Ready seminar, free seminar where we'll be talking about everything to do with just competing in the ICN. And we talk about the classes, the division choices, the criteria. We talk about judging. We talk about entries, everything.
It's like a podcast, but real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always good because that's what I treat as that's the launch of the season. So it'll be 13 weeks out and 12 weeks out we start all our posing classes. So it's pretty much all go. So it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, if you haven't started prep now, you need to start
Yes. If you're thinking of competing, get yourself a coach and get going. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you might think that 17 weeks is a long time, but it's not. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam. As per normal, if you guys have got any questions, just shoot them up. Hit us up on our socials. Shoot us up any questions. Hit me up with any questions about the comp, ICN rules, anything like that. Hit Sam up about coaching questions. And even competing as a pro.
Posing.
Yeah, posing, anything. And we'll catch you guys next week. We do have some questions. We're ready to go, but we're always looking for something new, even controversial. Hit us up and we'll do our best to answer.
Ooh, controversial.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.